If you just found this video, you might be worried about what to do when your spouse wants a divorce. I've got some ideas for you. It's often one of the most devastating things that you can actually hear that your spouse wants a divorce. What's up with that? I didn't see this coming. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I expected. Nobody gets married to get divorced. It's not in the plan originally. Okay, so I've encountered this several times as a professional. I'm so thankful and grateful that it has not happened to me personally. And I think that there's some principles that we can apply that will help through this kind of a difficult situation. Quick context, and some of you already know this. I spent about 13 years of my career doing child custody evaluations for the court. I have worked with so many families who are locked in the most nasty divorces that you can even imagine. And I've had countless clients over the years who have encountered this very event. So what do? How do you handle it when your spouse wants a divorce? 3 tips for you today, and these will be fairly quick. Number 1, breathe. Okay, keep breathing. And by that I mean, we get into crisis mode sometimes, and when something like this happens, it feels like a huge crisis. And it is in so many ways. Most of what needs to happen is important, but not urgent. So I want you to keep breathing and get that brain of yours out of fight or flight mode, because if you respond to your inclination to fight or run away, probably it's going to make it worse. Understand that your brain is wired to do that. We've done some other videos that talk about the brain science behind this. Keep breathing, and literally breathe. I mean, take a deep breath in through the nose, hold, let it stretch for just a sec, out through the mouth, nice and slow. Do 2 or 3 of those. Get yourself calmed down. Chillax a little bit. Let's get that brain out of fight or flight mode. This is important. It's not necessarily urgent, but it's going to feel urgent. So number 1 tip, breathe. Number 2, focus on what's wrong, not who's wrong. Focus on what's wrong, not who's wrong. You can see why I would say this, because when a relationship gets to the point where someone is saying that they want a divorce, usually it's because there have been patterns or dynamics that have built up, usually over time, where there's something going wrong in the relationship. Let's compare and contrast that for just a minute with the alternate view, which is someone is wrong in this relationship. See, as long as we're focused on who's wrong, we're going to be blaming and criticizing. That makes it worse. A huge monster study done by Dr. John Gottman demonstrated that almost 70% of all of the problems in a relationship are unresolvable. He found that this was true of happy, well-adjusted, stable, satisfied couples, as well as the miserable, highly conflicted, headed for divorce couples. They all have problems. What makes the difference? Well, the miserable couples over here got into a pattern, 4-part pattern. He called it the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, that starts with criticism, which leads to defensiveness, which leads to contempt, which leads to stonewalling or turning away from each other instead of turning toward each other. That's what Gottman found. When we focus on who's wrong, even if we don't intend it, it comes across as criticism, and then we're off to the races with that 4-part negative process that was shown in the research to drive people apart, not together. Now, I said that I would share 3 tips with you. Here's the 3rd one. Focus on you, okay? You start working on personal improvement, personal development. You're going to be distracted, I know, because you're going to see all of these things that your spouse or possibly your soon-to-be ex-spouse could be doing better. And you know that you're right, and you are. I mean, we're going to give you that one. Yeah, things would be better if they would shape up. Problem is, you don't have any control over there. And when you focus on what they could do better, it's kind of like teaching a pig to sing. It just frustrates you and makes the pig mad. So instead, we're turning our focus back here where we've got some control. I guarantee there are things you could be working on. You follow? Yeah, work on those things. You commit to personal development and personal improvement no matter what. And don't do it for the purpose of trying to get your spouse back. No, that almost always backfires. You do it no matter what. Because regardless of the outcome of this marriage, you're going to need to be in a better position. And I know that there's things that you could be working on. So those are my 3 tips. Breathe, okay? Keep breathing. Calm down that fight or flight response. Number 2, focus on what's wrong, not who's wrong. That will lead you to the solution of what's right, not who's right. And then 3rd, commit to a process of personal development and personal improvement no matter what. Was that helpful? I hope it was. If you've got some suggestions for other topics or ways that I could do a better job working for you, leave me a comment.